Aside.
Hey guys, what's going on? Anime Fan around here, and today I'm bringing you my review of One Piece Manga Chapter 834. So let's get right into this. So in this chapter, apparently the news and media is painting Jinbei as a coward. They refer to him as a yellow-bellied, not B-word, but he's a bitch. Like, that's what they're saying. And I think this is all like a propaganda trick. They probably are just torturing, like Mama's probably just torturing him somewhere. Honestly, like with that one page when we last saw him, when she spun the wheel and she asked him what part of his body he wanted to lose, that probably wasn't a lie. Like, he probably lost a limb or something like that. I highly doubt he backed out of his word wanting to leave Mama's crew to join the Straw Hats. That just seems like something he wouldn't do, so I really think that didn't happen. Like, the media is just painting him as a bitch, and they just want him to appear that way. It's all a power scheme, you know. Like, they just want Mama to be as superior as possible, put fucking the fear of God in people's eyes, you know. So, anyways, what the actual fuck? Capone Beige and Lola had a kid. That thing was the ugliest little baby I've ever seen, yo. Like, oh my god, I was dying. I was literally dying when I first saw that, yo. It was fucking hilarious. I really wonder if that's like, if that kid will play a part. It's like somehow maybe he'll get like taken hostage or something. Like, why would they introduce that baby, you know? Or maybe that's just setting up for like Sanji and Pudding somehow, and Sanji has a kid with Pudding maybe, and he actually ends up marrying her, and they have a kid, and they just come along with the Straw Hats. That could be a possibility. I don't know if Pudding and the kid would come, but it's all up in the air at this point. But Sanji is super pissed about that. But Sanji is super pissed about the bracelets that he has, the slave bracelets. Basically, if he were to leave, his wrist would explode and he couldn't cook anymore. But honestly, I don't think that would be too big of a problem, because Frankie could easily create from the elbow down just arms for Sanji. That would actually be pretty sick if Sanji was like had cybernetic implants like that. I would love to see that, and it would be a nice little touch to Sanji's character, you know. But what the fuck is this about Tamago and Pedro being partners? Like, I heard that and I was like, really? Like, I was super curious about what's going on there. What's their history, you know? That'll be explained at some point in this story, but I would just like to see that as soon as possible, just so they don't leave it up in the air for a long time and then it like gets resolved at the end of the arc. Oda wouldn't put something like that in without finishing that explanation. So I really want to see what their history is. And Ceasar is on the fucking ropes with Mama. She doesn't seem pissed at all, but they actually built a replica of Ceasar's lab with candy. Like, I don't, like, what the fuck? They actually built a replica of his lab from Punk Hazard with candy, and they reinforced it with iron or some shit. That seemed like it was, I was like, that's, how can you build a scientific laboratory with candy? That doesn't really make any sense to me. But honestly, she just wants the gigantification of his experiments to play out. She wants the gigantification for her whole family, apparently. Like, that's why she's been funding him. She just wants that pill or whatever the fuck Caesars comes up with. I don't know. And Luffy is still just running around in the forest. Apparently his like all those clones, they're just appearing at mass rate now. There's like 20 of them there at the end in the last panel of this chapter, and I have no idea what's going on there. I won't lie, I have no idea. Like, but it actually said something that the clones are breeding like rabbits. I wonder if has something to do with the secret behind those clones. Like, if it's just like a rabbit that clones the appearances of people and they just fucking appear like that. That'd be a nice little Easter egg from a previous chapter. But all in all, I thought this was a really good chapter, between the weird ass shit with Capone Beige, Ceasar getting in fucking some serious shit, and as well as them painting Jinbei as a bitch, you know. Like, I really can't wait for next week's episode. So like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't. I'm Anime Fan Around, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, guys.